Welcome to Marketing Monday. My name is Paula Williams with ABCI, and today we have a question from Angela who says, basically her question is, any last minute advice for NBAA? Of course, NBAA is starting next week in Las Vegas, and of course Angela probably wrote her question before we started hearing the news from Las Vegas this morning. And of course we've got family and friends in Las Vegas, and our hearts go out to anyone with families affected by that situation. But of course we're still going to NBAA, and the bad guys don't get to win. We're still going to do what we're going to do, right? So we will absolutely be there, and we look forward to seeing any of you that are going to be in Las Vegas at the convention. So to answer Angela's question, any last minute advice for people who are doing sales and marketing at the NBAA convention next week? Three things. First of all, you want to make sure you get lots of appointments booked. Second, you want to look for publicity opportunities. And third, you want to do an FAQ and some role playing with anybody who's going to be manning a booth. And we'll go into each of these just a little bit more in depth. So first of all, you want to get appointments booked before you get down there. Now, with a lot of folks, they're going to say, well, just give me your cell phone number and I'll make sure that we connect with you when we're down there. That's nice, and people have good intentions, and that's all. Sometimes that works out, but it's a lot more likely to work out if you have a full calendar, and you've made sure that you've planned time for everybody that's really important for you to meet with. So you're actually sitting down and having coffee with them and having a conversation. The failure to plan is planning to fail. You've heard that expression. And, it applies here as well. If you've got those appointments booked, you're a whole lot more likely to spend your time really profitably at the convention than if you're just kind of winging it and you have a bunch of cell phone numbers that you're going to try and call and people that you're going to try and make a connection with. Catch as catch can. So that's thing number one, is book as many appointments as you can. Thing number two is you want to look for publicity opportunities. And in fact, NBAA just put out an email this morning with some new publicity opportunities, different places where you can still buy advertisements and other kinds of things having to do with the show. If you are putting out press releases that are timed with the show, you may still be able to get some of those press room briefing times, other kinds of things to be able to make that a more profitable show for you and get as much visibility as you can. A lot of people don't take advantage of everything that comes with a booth rental. When you rent a booth from NBAA, they give you a whole package of benefits that come with that. And so you want to make sure that you are taking advantage of every one of those. If they give you an opportunity to, publish a press release, by all means do that. If they give you an opportunity to, meet with reporters, by all means do that. Make sure that you're taking advantage of everything in that package, because you're paying a lot for that privilege, and you want to make sure that you're getting the best return on investment for it and making it really worth it to you. So that's thing number two, look for more publicity opportunities. Number three, and this is one that I wish more people would do, is to do an FAQ and do some role playing with everybody who is going to be representing your company in your booth. And, things that you might want to brainstorm, what are people going to be coming to your booth and asking you about? You want to make sure that you've got a good answer for the most likely questions. And of course there's going to be questions that people don't know the answer to. You want to have an answer to that too. So if somebody comes up and asks you the weirdest thing in the world, you want to be able to say, you know what, that's a great question. Let me make sure that someone gets back to you, and make a commitment to get back to them by the Monday after the show, or whatever the situation is. You need to have a process so that you sound smart, you're making sure you're taking care of people, and you're carrying on from there. So one of the things that people are often unprepared for is, what if someone comes to the booth to complain about a product or service that they bought from your company in the past? Now, if you have any inexperienced folks in your booth, some of them may feel the inclination to argue with someone, or to defend the company. And that is the last thing that you want to do, is to get into an argument at your trade show booth and have that be, a public airing of possibly less than flattering view, that people might walk by and hear parts of. So, you certainly don't want to resolve any disputes at the booth. And make sure that your folks have a process for handling even, customer complaints and things like that. You want to be really responsive. You want to make sure that you take down the appropriate information. You solve the problem right there if you can. If you can't, you make sure you make a commitment to follow up in whatever way is appropriate according to your company's procedures and things like that. But by all means, last thing you want to do is get into a dispute there on the floor. So make sure that you've put together an FAQ. You've covered all of the possibilities of, what could happen when people come to your booth and start talking. And your folks will be a whole lot more confident, and your show is going to be a whole lot more smooth, well-run, and profitable for you. So thank you for joining us for Marketing Monday, and we look forward to, we won't see you next week. We'll be traveling, obviously, to the show, but we will certainly see you the week after that. And if you have any questions for us here on Marketing Monday, you can submit them in the comments below. Send them as an email, give us a call, or submit it via any social media you like. We usually keep a pretty good eye on those, and we look for the hashtag #AvGeekMarketing. So if you have anything that you'd like to get our attention with, do what's convenient for you, and that'll help us find it. Thank you, and have a great Monday.